Hey guys, it's Aaron with Imperfect Impulses. I wanted to show you a really fun technique. I've seen this technique all over the internet. It's called nail marbling. A bunch of girls use their nail polish to essentially marble their nails, and what they do is take a container. This is an old Cool Whip container, fill it with water. I'm using cold water, and then just add nail polish. I found so far that runny nail polish, like nail polish you can pour straight out of the container, tends to work the best. So the brand really doesn't matter, it just needs to be a newer nail polish. My wife is hovering over me right now, making sure I don't use too much of her brand new nail polishes. So the cool thing about this is, kind of like with spray paint, it just sits on top of the water and does not dry, which is nice. That is my son in the background. Coley, can you hush? So we're just pouring random amounts, kind of just creating a real swirly design. And let's see, maybe one more. See if I can get any of this black out. This is a black that has glimmer in it. Okay. Now, obviously, if you want to do a big piece of paper, you're going to have to use a big dish. I do not use a dish that you're going to end up reusing for food, which is why I'm using a Cool Whip container. This is a piece of Canson watercolor paper. Cool. Thank you, sweetheart. My son's playing with Play-Doh in the background. So this is a piece of watercolor paper. And what you want to do is just go straight down, or you can dip it in, but if you dip it in, you want to make sure the part that you submerge goes completely under the water as you go down, because it's going to pick up the layers as it goes. And I'll show you that right now. So again, you can either go straight down, or you can get a really different effect by pushing it straight down like this, pushing it into the water like that. And then as you pull it out, it will pick up the rest of it. And check that out. It also gives some really cool texture. As you know, we art journalers love texture. And nail polish tends to be thicker than regular paint. But you have all the supplies you need at home to do this technique. I've also done it, these are still wet, I just started playing with this. I've also done it on some manila tags, so it does not have to be on watercolor paper, but watercolor paper I think tends to handle it a little bit better because it gets so wet. This is one of the experiments, but this is a perfect background. Then you can always, distress ink or distress stain the parts that aren't showing through, because the nail polish will beat up any of the water-based products, so anything that's not showing should be able to be distress ink or stained. Everything else you'd have to use stays on top of it, or acrylic. And this is another one, kind of a mess, but it was my first attempt, so that's okay. So this one though is really cool. I cannot wait till this dries, and this will end up somewhere in one of my art journals. So hope you enjoyed this little technique, that thanks to the girls doing this on YouTube. And if you have any leftover in here and you really don't want to pour that down the sink, what I recommend is, I just took an old piece of book text, I have so much of this, and just kind of dip it in there and wipe up the rest, because you do not want that nail polish going down the drain. And the cool thing is, if you see, it kind of beads up on the book text, so you could actually adhere that down onto your page, so you can just scrape it up. So anyways, hope you enjoyed that little technique, and I will see you soon.
Bye.